So, my bad, I didn't mean to eat with my mouth open. I rewatched the video to make sure I wasn't eating with my mouth open, and it looked like I did. And so, this is how me and this boy met. So, we were going to the movie theaters with my grandma because my grandma, she wanted to take us to the movie theaters that day. I'm like, okay. And then me and my sister, we were excited, and my sister, she was excited because my nephew was going, and I was excited to meet this new boy. So I was so excited to meet this new boy, and I'm like, Jeremy. And my mom, she thought it was her nephew. And then, sorry if I'm bringing up your name, Jeremy, if it's fine with you. I decided to bring your name up because I'm gonna tell you what it's for. You're getting a shout out. This is gonna be like a short, long, 3 million view video, stuff like that. Yeah, my grandma, she didn't want my nephew being the only boy, so she asked Jeremy's mom if he can come to the movie theaters. At first, I didn't know her name until I met her, so I met Jeremy's mom. He goes to school with us. He goes to West Aurora High School. So shout out for him. That's La Rosa de Guadalupe blanket. And my middle name is Guadalupe. So I was so back. So this is the sweater I'm gonna be wearing on Monday. Like I just said in the other video, we were gonna watch Paddington, the first movie, because Paddington was new with the bear. And then, yeah, me and him, we met each other. I'm not gonna lie about it, I was kind of shy to talk to him. And I was like, me and my sister were looking at each other like, well, she's not gonna remember that. Me and her were looking like at each other like, I was looking at her with the smile, she was looking at me like this. It was when we were little. And then we were watching Paddington with him, and then after that we went to McDonald's after. Man, that was fun. I miss those good old days. I had good memory about that. Him and my nephew were sitting on this side. My grandma, she was sitting like somewhere right here. Oh no, my nephew was by my grandma, and then Jeremy, he was like right there by my nephew or something like that. And then he was trying to tell us to guess the password on his phone. And my nephew, he was the first one that got it right. And he told us, he knows my password. He got my password right. He was doing this, but he was doing it this way. And I decided to do it this way. And I couldn't guess his password. My sister, she guessed his password. And man, that was so fun. And first of all, before I explain more about this video, first of all, I already knew you subscribed to me, Alexis. Second of all, I found out because when I had 56 subscribers, I was like, I know Alexis subscribed to me and I'm not stupid about it. That's what I said to myself. Third of all, I already knew you subscribed to me. I'm like, I told David May about it. I said, I think Alexis subscribed to me, and I showed him, and I'm like, he's like, what if it was someone else? I was like, no, I know it's Alexis. That's what I said. That's the only thing I brought up to him, so don't even come at him. Okay, anywho, Jeremy, we're back to you. So, and I decided to do that to you. So, yeah, I decided to do that to you. And I just felt like it. And second of all, so my friend, because he lives like over there, like down there. And yeah, and we had to pick him up one time with my grandma, because my grandma, she got to get my mom McDonald's because of something she needed it. Because she didn't need it, but she had it to eat something. And my grandma asked her, what does she want for McDonald's? So she got it for McDonald's. And yeah, we picked him up one time. And then I was like, oh, Jeremy's not going to school today? And then my grandma goes like, oh no, I didn't pick him up yet. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, that's my first time seeing Jeremy miss school. Because, dang it, I'm bringing up his name out loud. My mom, she's sleeping, but I feel like she can hear me. And then, yeah. My grandma, she picks him up because he can't ride the bus because they don't let him ride the bus. So, I'm so sorry, Jeremy. I feel so bad for you. I mean, I know I shouldn't feel bad for you, but you know how I am. I don't lie about that. My pant leg feels like it's on my sock and like it's stuck to it. And what was I on? Oh yeah, that's right. My grandma, she picks him up in the mornings, and my grandma, she picks me and my sister up. She takes us to school, and we just ride with him in the car. And then sometimes, if my grandma can't do it and she's not feeling good, my brother, we will have to knock on the door, and he goes like, hey Mika, can I have a ride? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I have to knock on my brother's door, and my brother doesn't remember. He's like, well, he's like, am I taking Jeremy to school? I'm like, yeah. And then he takes my, I almost said brother. He takes my friend to school because he rides with us. Yeah, he takes my friend to school with us, and we ride with him in the car. And Jeremy. And when Jeremy gets in the car, and me and my sister, we fight over the front seat. She's like, no, let Jeremy sit up there. I'm like, no, I'm sitting up here. And then she goes like, and sometimes my sister will sit in the front, sometimes I will sit in the front, sometimes he will sit in the front. So when he's in the front, he doesn't use his phone. When he's in the back, he uses his phone. He puts his book bag. Hold on. He's gonna hate me for being here, because I know how he is. He puts his book bag. Well, actually, I like. He has it on his lap, and he goes like this on his phone. This is him. This is him when we pick him up. He's like smiling about it. I'm like, this dude. And then this is me. I'm like, but we just do it for fun. And me and him just stare at each other, and then we go. And one time I did this to him, I'm like, Jeremy. Shh. I told him that. He's not gonna remember that. if you watch his YouTube video, Jeremy, it probably help you remember. He goes like, shh. I go like, because he usually smiles when he's on his phone, and then I'm on in the front, and he's like, okay. But then when my sister is sitting in the back with him, he just acts all normal on the phone. That boy is up to something. And then, yeah, sometimes his mom gives us a ride, and we ride with him. Sometimes he will sit in the front, and then sometimes I will sit in the back, and then me and my sister, she's like, no, why don't you sit up in the front? I'm like, okay, and I'm like, I got here first of all. And then he tells Nadia she can sit up the front, and I'm like, okay. And then I sit in the back, and then he's just making a lot of noise when I'm back there. That boy is suspicious. I'm sorry, Jerry, but I have to call you out for this. He's all suspicious. He's like, well, I didn't really care. It's his car anyway, so I can't tell him what he can or can't do. And I think I saw him at the basketball game today. He was sitting on the bleacher. I was on this side. He was on this side. And I think I kind of saw him pointing at me. And I was like, oh no, he's in here. I was trying to hide from him because I didn't want him catching me. Sorry, Jeremy, but I had to do it. I was like, that on my phone. But I wasn't really paying attention to the game, really. I was just recording a few videos here and there. I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, sometimes his mom picks us up, and sometimes we pick him up if my grandma can't do that day. And I mean, I don't mind riding with him in the car. I mean, he's really cool. He's a cool kid. And he has a lot of friends, and he's popular, and yeah. It is, what time is it? I'm gonna check my tablet. Dang, it is 12:56. Dang, bruh. I just stayed up. And my eyes were tired and they were closing downstairs. I'm like, and by the way, I had a bad day at school today. I was really mad. You can tell when I'm mad because I will punch the locker and I will punch the wall. I have my goods and bad days. So, yeah. Have goods and bad days. So, we all have goods and bad days. But I don't know why I got mad today. I don't know why. I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, I guess. And I just had a bad day. Oh my God, Jeremy, I forgot. Because I told you when I get my baby sweater, I will take a picture of it. Or maybe you could see it on Monday. It works for you. And no one knows him. Only I do and my sister does. And only the peoples that are his friends go to West. Only the people that know him. Because I'm being sassy about that. I'm hanging on my rack. So I had this one last year. Like Guadalupe. Because Guadalupe is my middle name. And I was just kidding when I said you. Well, okay, I did kind of smile because I thought, I know, I'm not sure if it's another boy that looked like you or you at first. I thought maybe it was another boy that looked like you at first, and I'm like, wait a minute, that is Jeremy. That's what I said. So, yeah. And shout out to Jeremy because I'm the one that mentioned his name, and I'm the one that was talking about him. I was the one that was talking about him mostly, so yeah, shout out to you, Jeremy. Only for you and no one else. Because I'm gonna be sassy about it. So only you get the shout out and no one else gets the shout out on this video. Only you.